Uffindell. James, welcome to you. Some blue chip companies involved. Tell us about them.
Morning, Colin. Great to be on the show. So at Bright Network, we're launching Internship Experience UK today, which is a national coalition of some of the world's top employers, everybody from the likes of Goldman Sachs to Accenture. And these companies are rallying together. We've got actually over 80 organisations involved to provide an in-depth, immersive, 3-day learning experience for students. As I'm sure you've seen, due to the coronavirus crisis, we've got a huge crisis in terms of employability skills. So over 63% of students have seen a job application or internship kind of disrupted due to the crisis. So normally students go off in the summer to do kind of work experience internships. So we've launched this coalition today at Bright Network to really upskill these students and give them that opportunity to still learn and develop and connect with employers.
OK, how immersive can it be when you physically can't be there?
It's a great question. So we've deliberately called it an internship experience, not an internship. And in terms of what the students get, they get to interact with employers. They get incredible content from the likes of Google talking about how to sell, to P&G doing logistics management. They get what we call Sector 101. So what actually is investment banking, what actually does a career involved in technology. Also, they get to interact with the graduates at these firms. And also they get to do sample written work. So they're actually working on business problems, which will be reviewed, and they get feedback on those as well. So we've tried to do everything we can in this digital world to make it as immersive as possible.
Yeah, sorry, there was an acronym there I didn't quite catch. P&G.
P&G are doing supply chain management. We've got Google doing consultative selling. So different firms. We've got everybody.
Oh, OK. Sorry, Procter & Gamble. Sorry, I'm with you.
Sorry,
okay.
Procter & Gamble.
Yeah. Who in all this is it a sort of equal exchange in the sense that do the companies benefit most or the individuals? I'm sure you're about to say both, but make a choice.
Genuinely the individuals. So the companies are investing huge amounts of time, effort and energy to upskill what's going to be thousands of students who we hope will be doing Internship Experience UK. So the companies are giving all their time, effort and energy, and the students aren't contributing to the economic value or output of the company. So normally in a normal internship, the students are actually kind of working in the business, but they're not doing that. So I would genuinely say the 18-plus-year-olds who are going to be welcoming onto the programme from the end of June.
Yeah. I mean, you know that the elements of internships are controversial, whether everybody could actually access them. How often do they become a conveyor belt towards a full-time job?
So every year in the UK, we've got about 50,000 graduate schemes, and about half of those schemes are filled by students who have already worked at that organisation. So the answer is in about half of those cases. So getting experience, getting into those organisations is really important. And that's why through Internship Experience UK, firms are rallying together to make sure we can really scale the learning and development and really help in a practical, actionable way boost the employability skills of these students.
Yeah, I'm just, in terms of, the not being there, and in terms of the skills that people develop, the soft skills, for instance, just basic human interaction. I mean, whether that's possible in 3 days is moot, but it's certainly difficult when you're just doing it virtually.
It's definitely not as ideal as obviously being in an office. 100% agree with that. And again, that's why we've called it kind of an internship experience. But what they will be doing, they'll be working on business problems, they'll be interacting with employers and also talking to their peers. Remember, Gen Z is the class that wants to learn from its peers. And they'll be talking to Bright Network alumni, so they're older peers who have got into these companies, maybe 2-3 years more advanced. And in terms of mentoring and giving information back and driving diversity and social mobility, we think that's going to be a really important factor around the soft skills part.
James, just one final thought. This cohort, the 2020 graduate year, will they be cut slack in years to come?
We hope so. Obviously, there's a lot of research, for example, from the Resolution Foundation, saying that students graduating into economic recessions can sometimes kind of have a harder time of it. Our employers who work with at Bright Network, they want to find the best talent from all over the world. And yeah, we really, really hope so. They'll bear this into mind. And the students who complete the internship will get a digital certificate, which they'll be able to put on their CV, again, boosting hopefully their employability skills.
James Uffindell is the Chief Executive of the Bright Network. Thanks very much indeed, James. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.